Y'all, here's why support resistance works really well as a risk structure. Not as predicting the market. You're not trying to predict the goddamn market. You don't know what the fuck's gonna happen. But as a risk structure, support resistance works great. Here's why. If you think price is gonna move from here down here to this support level, because maybe you just think it's in a range, it rejected the top of the range, now it's likely to pull down. If you enter here, there are so many things that could happen after you enter that wouldn't necessarily invalidate the trade, but it would still cause you to lose fucking money. For example, let's say that you enter right here and price decides to push up a little bit and just make a lower high, right? Something like that, then it could go down. Well, you don't want to have your stop loss right there because it wouldn't make sense, okay? What about this shit? Price could come all the way up here to the previous high right there and then go down. What about price coming all the way back up to this resistance? It could still go there, and if it doesn't break the resistance, then it could still go all the way down. This is why just fucking shorting shit in the middle of a range typically doesn't work that well, because it's really hard to define the risk structure. Support resistance gives you an easy, simple way of saying if price comes down here and I buy there at the support zone and I have a stop loss below the zone and a little take profit of at least a 1-to-1, right? You can use one to use whatever the fuck you want. I start my trades off with a 1-to-1, and then I manage it based on the context. Support resistance gives you a way of saying if I buy here and price breaks below here, I have a way to exit the trade at a loss, and you can also usually get out of it a little bit early too, in most cases. And it gives you a way of saying if it bounces here, then I have a way of taking profits. If you just enter a trade randomly, like here in the middle of a zone, or in the middle of two zones, or somewhere where there's not really a clearly defined way to control the risk, unless you predefine if price does this and goes up here, I'm going to exit the trade, you're stuck with no way of controlling risk. I am not profitable because I can predict where the market can go, because I have no clue what the fuck I'm doing, and I'm barely right 50% of the time. I'm profitable, and I've remained profitable for the past almost 6 years because I control risk really well. That is the benefit behind support resistance and technical analysis. Not the fact that you feel like a fucking god predicting shit, but the fact that you can use it to control risk in a very simple and effective way. I've been doing the same shit for like 5-6 years, and it's still working. Why? Because I keep things simple and control risk.